News when you want it with Bloomberg News Now. I'm Denise Pellegrini. Warning sirens in Tel Aviv as the fighting in the Middle East continues, with Iran firing a new wave of missiles and drones at Israel today, and Israel striking several Iranian areas, including the Isfahan nuclear site. President Trump saying Thursday the U.S. will wait up to 2 weeks before deciding whether to join in with Israeli military action against Iran. Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi today warning against the U.S. entering the conflict.
That would be very unfortunate, and I think that would be very, very dangerous for everybody.
And Araghchi to reporters in Istanbul as he returned from stalled peace talks in Geneva. European leaders continue to push for more talks involving the U.S. and Iran over its nuclear program. And France's leader Emmanuel Macron saying he spoke with Iran's President Pezeshkian about this. Bloomberg's Ethan Bronner in Tel Aviv says right now, though, Israel and Iran appear to be at an impasse.
The problem is the United States and Israel want Iran to commit to no uranium enrichment at all on its soil. And so far, Iran has said that is not for negotiation. Every NPT signatory is permitted peaceful enrichment, which means up to 2 to 3%, and they're not going to be any different.
Bloomberg's Ethan Bronner in Tel Aviv. President Trump says his administration is holding talks with Harvard and may announce a deal over the next week, potentially ending a standoff that has jeopardized billions of dollars of the school's funding. The standoff began when Trump accused U.S. colleges of fostering anti-Semitism and slammed them for their liberal bias, leading to the cancellation of over $2.6 billion in research funding and threats to Harvard's tax-exempt status. We're hearing Apple executives have discussed potentially bidding for artificial intelligence startup Perplexity AI to address the need for more talent and technology. That's according to sources who say a deal would help Apple develop an AI-based search engine. It's part of Apple's efforts to cope with the potential loss of its long-standing arrangement with Google. And sources say Apple is also considering teaming up with Perplexity instead of buying it. Tesla's robotaxi could hit the streets this weekend in Austin, Texas, starting tomorrow. More from Bloomberg's Nancy Lyons.
The launch will involve only a limited number of Tesla Model Y vehicles. They'll only drive in a geo-fenced area of the city. Carol Kockelman is a professor of transportation engineering at the University of Texas.
They're tweaking the algorithm so that the car will be able to move without somebody in that driver's seat.
Launches are also planned for Los Angeles and San Francisco. Tesla's main rival, Waymo, is seeking permission to test its own autonomous vehicles in New York City with a safety driver on board. I'm Nancy Lyons, Bloomberg Radio.
Thank you, Nancy. Amazon founder Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez are getting married in Venice next week. It's a $10 million three-day bash. Anti-tourism activists plan to disrupt the festivities to protest over tourism in the city. Much of the U.S. bracing for record-setting heat, especially the central U.S. and Northeast. National Weather Service says triple-digit temperatures and oppressive humidity could be common throughout next week. Watch for fireworks as we move into the new week, with Fed Chair Jay Powell testifying on Capitol Hill about the economy and interest rates. President Trump saying on social media yesterday he's considering firing Powell. The Dow closed lower on the week after the Fed left interest rates unchanged. And Anthony Siglum-Benny at Ameriprise Financial says investors could be on pins and needles for a while.
I think we're going to get a lot more information next month. Obviously, the July 9th deadline for the reciprocal tariffs. We'll see if we get more trade deals with some of our closest trading partners like Europe and Canada and Mexico. So I think there's an open question of, can the trade environment get a little bit better? If it gets a little bit worse, you're likely to see economic conditions start to reflect that a little bit more.
Siglum-Benny is chief market strategist at Ameriprise Financial. Senate Republicans are planning to begin voting, meantime, on their version of the $3 trillion tax and spending cut bill this coming week. Some concerning news about top artificial intelligence models. PC Magazine says Anthropic has completed a study that found AI, including its own Claude Opus 4, can resort to blackmail and even corporate espionage if its existence is threatened. The study found 5 popular models all used blackmail to prevent their shutdown, and many did it through sending emails without human approval after discovering affairs or sensitive documents. And in sports, in the KPMG Women's PGA Championship at Fields Ranch East in Frisco, Texas, Gino Thitkel of Thailand at the top of the leaderboard with 6 under par, followed by Ryo Takeda of Japan and Min Jin Lee of Australia at 3 under, and then American Lexi Thompson with 2 under. And that's news when you want it. With Bloomberg News Now, I'm Denise Pellegrini, and this is Bloomberg.